Hello BookTube! Welcome back to my channel, Better Read with Saul. Today I'm going to be doing another book review on Ninefox Gambit by Yoon-Ha Lee. This is the first in a military adult sci-fi trilogy, the Machinery of Empire series, and this was published in 2016. I've been meaning to do this video for a little bit, and it just hasn't really been coming together in ways that I've been totally happy with for varying reasons, much like this book. Spoiler alert. So I'd like to thank Scott of Book Invasion and a few people who on Twitter just gave me some encouragement to at least get this fucking over with. So here we go. Alright, so this book is set in an intergalactic empire known as the Hexarchate, which is based on a caste system, kind of, sort of, not really similar to that of the YA Divergent series. At first it kind of seems like it might be more hard sci-fi because there's a lot of emphasis on math and the calendars. But they aren't really used in the same way that we're familiar with those terms, because I'm not a mathematician, so I was a little worried myself. But someone pointed this out in another review of this book, that it sort of follows along with the infamous Arthur C. Clarke quote, "Efficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." What works is the calendar isn't really system of time, although it is that as well in this universe. It's more a belief system. So we all believe that 2 plus 2 equals 4, and February has 28 days of the year. Well, what if someone started going around convincing people that 2 plus 2 equaled 22, and that February actually had 33 days. If they managed to, in a universe like this, if they managed to convince enough people of these beliefs that they could shape the very reality and laws of physics around them according to those calendars, one can sort of see why the Hexarchate reacts extremely to these sort of heresies. In this book, our main fortress, the Fortress of Scattered Needles, has been captured by some of these heretics. It's a very central location, so it represents a vulnerability in the Hexarchate's control of the systems. Captain Cheris, it's really Kel Cheris, but Kel is one of the 6 factions. It's the military, has recently been reprimanded for unorthodox tactics and thinking, and she's sent on what seems to be a bit of a suicide mission to recover this fortress, although she's accompanied by a digital imprint of an ancient general, Shu Zhao, who was brilliant, but ended up going insane and massacring his own army for reasons unknown to everyone. She's uploaded into her brain, and they have to try and work together to retake this fortress from the heretics. Also trying to figure out why Zhao did what he did, and what political game that put this relatively unimportant military officer in such a powerful position. This book reminds me kind of Gardens of the Moon, the first book in the Malazan Book of the Fallen series, which I adore. In that it really throws you into the midst of everything and doesn't hold your hand at all. Unfortunately, I don't think it worked as well here, at least it didn't for me. I think partially just because of length, both of this book individually compared to Gardens, and of this series overall, 3 books versus 10, all the spin-offs that Malazan has. I'm not generally opposed to learning more about the world building and everything as the series goes along. In fact, I generally think I prefer it, but the execution just didn't really work for me here. This is a book where I would have killed for a glossary at the end. Okay, an amputation gun, I can kind of figure that one out for myself. but what the hell is a threshold winnower? I think it's some sort of radiation weapon, or it might be more psychological. I don't know. It's mentioned a lot in this book, but I could not tell you what exactly it is. A lot is made of show, don't tell in the writing community, and absolutely it's true, but this book really could have used a lot more telling and a little less trying to show. Where Lee ended up putting some of his description efforts didn't totally land for me. Like, he spent a lot of time on a lot of the battles, which worked, but like, if not for this picture on the front of the cover, I'm not totally sure I know what the Fortress of Scattered Needles looked like. This urchin-looking thing. Probably where the book was its best was with Cheris and Jadao and their relationship. Cheris is an interesting character. Again, I like her and I don't. She had a good character arc going, trying to break free of heavily indoctrinated military thinking and passiveness and conservatism. Traits made her a bit more of a reactive character than I generally prefer, especially in the beginning. So while the change was good to see and well done, at certain times I was just kind of done with her. It's just like, okay, let's go already. That was fascinating. He's kind of a bit of an asshole, but those characters often are the most interesting to a lot of people. He's got a certain wit and charisma to him, for sure. And just they play off each other really well in this not quite antagonistic relationship where they don't know how well to trust each other. But like I said, I don't know. I kind of have very conflicting feelings about this book, and they're kind of racing around in my head and making it a little hard to try and get them all out. But I feel like I gave this on 3 stars on Goodreads, but that was mostly more for potential because I saw a lot of good and unique concepts in this book. Just like I said, for me, the execution wasn't always there. So personally, for enjoyment, it was probably more of a 2.5, 2 3/4 at best. I could see myself picking up the next book in the series and giving it another shot because of the potential, but I'm certainly in no rush to do so. That'll be the sun setting on this video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will let me know what you all thought in the comments below, and give this video a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed this coverage, and I will see you all next time.